Hello, Facebook. Happy Friday. Welcome back to Pick My Solar's Facebook Live. As always, Rex Kehoe alongside with Mr. Patrick Crowley. We have a very exciting topic yet again.
Wow. It's almost like every topic's exciting.
Every single one. As always, ask us anything, write us a comment, shoot us an email, give us a call. We'll answer your questions. Let's get into it. So, big news here. Will the solar tax credit get extended? So that is today's topic. We're going to go into what currently is in place, what is kind of on the cusp of what may or may not happen. So, very, very important topic in solar here. Let's get into it. Number 73. Wow.
Wow. Getting up there.
We certainly are. So, tell us a little bit about the ITC investment tax credit. What is this?
It's pretty simple. It's an investment tax credit for solar. 30% of your system applies to residential and commercial jobs. It's 30% of any purchase. If you were to get that off, it's how I buy most of my shoes. So it's a really strong incentive. It gets people to buy things. It makes the financials a lot more attractive.
For sure.
As we discussed, as I discussed with Gordon when you were conveniently sick on a Friday.
That's true.
We do have grid parity without the ITC in 12 states.
Grid parity being?
Solar is less expensive than just going straight and getting energy from the grid.
If you're paying $200 for your electricity, grid parity means you're paying $200 for solar or less.
Right, and so without the tax credit, we have grid parity in 12 states, but with the tax credit, we have it in a lot more, and of course in those 12 states, it's getting a lot more attractive.
For sure.
That's why you see homeowners going solar left and right. We talked about the pace, kind of the curve that solar's hitting. 4 million homes, I think, by 2022. So it's really been fueling the solar growth. And, obviously there's a lot of larger factors at play as far as climate change and incentives to, become a greener and more sustainable economy, as well as energy profiles for utilities, the country, individuals. So it has had a lot of support, but it is supposed to be stepping down.
That's true. Yeah. So as of now, it is set to step down from the 30%. I think we may have a chart here.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. I always tend to do that. Yeah. So the U.S. House and the Senate, they have introduced legislation that would extend this 30% incentive for another 5 years.
Right.
So
huge.
Big news. This was just announced. I want to say the last couple of days, I think.
Yeah. We shared it around the office, and it was a breaking news.
Yep.
So it can't be that old.
Yeah.
And it's, talk about the history. This would be the third time. If it does get extended, this would be the third time it's been extended.
Got it.
The last time that it was extended, I believe, was at the end of 2016.
Got it.
The timing was similar because it was a position where we weren't sure what was going to happen with the tax credit at that time. Of course, with the Obama administration, more apt to do something like that.
Sure.
We were pretty confident it was going to get extended. This time, little unsure. So this is a step in that direction, and I guess we'll get into what's going down. But it was supposed to be stepping down at the end of the year to 26%. Then at the end of 22, or at the end of 2021 to 22%, and then 22% for residential applications. It would be a big old goose egg.
Yeah,
0%.
Completely gone for residential in 2022. There would still be this 10%, tax credit for commercial projects, but as a homeowner, the way it stands now, if you're going solar in 2022, you're paying full price, which again, you're still going to be saving, having that grid parity that Patrick mentioned, but you might as well take advantage of that 30%.
Yeah, we're still 3 years away from that, so utility rates will continue to rise, and hopefully solar costs will continue to come down.
Sure.
But, like I said, why buy shoes at full price?
Absolutely. So I don't know if we can get the chart up here, but so if they were to extend this, basically what they're saying now is they would extend the current 30% for another 5 years.
That's huge.
That is absolutely huge. And then it would step down in years 6 and 7 to what it was currently set at. So it would drop down to the 26% in 2025. Seems like a far time away, but it's you never know. It'll get here quick.
Yeah, I thought 2020 was a far time away, but
that's true.
Here we are.
Yeah, and then 22% in 2026. So tremendous. If this can get passed, this is absolutely huge.
Yeah, and I mean, even if this is like the ambitious thing that gets dialed back, because you think about the last time we extended it, we got 3 years of an extension at 30%, and they're going for 5 years of an extension at 30%. Obviously, that would be amazing. We'd love that, but if we can keep 30% for 3 years and then do that step
Sure.
down if that's a concession that needs to be made. You know, I'm not that intuitive with what goes on in the House and the Senate.
Right.
But, it is a very, very solar-friendly policy, and we will be watching this very closely over the, well, shoot, I guess 6 months, less than that.
Right.
Something's got to happen.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so I think we kind of touched on this, but you know, if this passes, obviously this is great for the solar industry.
Oh, yeah.
You know, for the workforce, it's going to boost the solar market. Obviously, it's great for homeowners as well. Thinking to go solar, you're just going to only save more money than you already would without this tax credit. And climate change, as you mentioned. Obviously, we're trying to adopt the clean technologies for solar as much as possible, and this has been a huge factor in helping people kind of make the switch to solar energy.
Right. Yeah, helps everyone do their bit.
Mm-hmm. So that is the big question: will the extension pass? So get your voices heard. Get out there.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do.
Yeah,
we all want it.
Nice. Pretty nice if we can get that thing on the books, but we'll see. Yeah, 5 months, and I guess the big question, Rex, is should people wait and see?
Oh, that is a great question.
Thank you.
I would say no.
Ooh,
I mean,
why is that?
There is a chance that it's going to get extended, but why would you risk it? I mean, we can guarantee right now that 30% is in place right now, so take advantage of it. And we're already, let's see, at the end of July right now. What we've noticed here, at the end of the year, installers get very busy because everyone wants to kind of get their systems, sign their contracts, get their systems installed so that they can claim the tax credit for this year. So don't wait.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what I'm getting at.
And let's be clear, that's a case that's happened every year. Because everyone's thinking, I want to claim my tax credit
that's
this year.
true.
And so now there's another factor, which means the tax credit is stepping down.
Yeah.
I expect it to be even busier, which is great news for the solar industry, but for an average homeowner, it might take you a little bit longer, just because of the supply and demand.
Right.
I wouldn't really expect too much of an increase, but if everybody's booked up, they might increase prices as well.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at installation timelines in some markets. If you have trouble with permitting,
everything kind of gets backed up. But the more products in the queue, cities are backed up with permits, installers with their install queues. It's all just kind of a cascade.
Yeah,
effect,
we've gone over it before. There's really not a huge benefit to waiting to go solar financially or on equipment efficiency, even with the tax credit not changing. So if it's something you're thinking about, at least explore your options, understand what you're doing, and we can even let you know what you would potentially lose out on should you wait that extra year. And
you lose that 4%.
Yeah, and if you want to kind of weigh your options against that, see if you're okay waiting it out.
Sure.
That's fine too.
Yep.
I would recommend it, but we can let you know.
Absolutely. So as always, Pick My Solar. We operate a solar marketplace. So if you are interested in solar, come to us. We're going to do an independent analysis and design of your solar system. Then we have a vetted network of solar installers that we work with, and they're going to bid on your project. They're going to compete. We're going to get you a great offer, and if it looks good, you move forward. If not, no worries. At least we gave you some education on that. I believe that is all, sir. The end. Have a great weekend, everyone. Can't wait to see you next week.